Well, about, I would say, 8, 9 years ago now, I was teaching here at Oberlin University, and I was actually teaching a presentation skills course for the first time. And so I didn't really have a lot of ideas about how to go about teaching presentation skills. I had been teaching a lot of conversation skills classes, writing skills classes, and so I taught the first semester of presentation skills basically ad-libbing a bit, doing what I thought would work and then tossing out some things that didn't work and keeping some things that did work and then adding to them. And then the next semester I taught the course again, and then the next semester I taught the course again. And all the while I was teaching, I was kind of building a repertoire of activities and techniques and ideas that were working better and better and better, and it seemed like my file of presentation skills activities was getting actually viable. And coincidentally, and fortunately, at around that time, I happened to have dinner with some friends from CUP. And at this dinner, as we were talking about this and that, and talking about language teaching, and talking about what I was doing, and what I was teaching, what I was writing at the time, I was asked, well, if you could, what would you like to write next in terms of a textbook? And I thought, funny you should ask, because it was just at that point that I was thinking, well, okay, I've got this set of materials that seems to be working quite well now, and I think it would be wonderful if I could, convert that into something that other teachers would be able to use and that would be useful for students in Japan, in Asia, elsewhere. Well, I mentioned that I had been teaching oral communication skills, speaking skills, and I'd also been teaching writing skills. And then when I was putting all this stuff together, when I first started teaching presentation skills, I was, putting some of my speaking skills activities in the course, some of my writing skills activities in the course to see how they would work together. And kind of to my surprise, I discovered that a lot of the writing skills material that I had been using in my writing skills course was actually working pretty well in this presentation skills course, as well as, of course, some of the oral communication skills courses. Then when I started thinking about it, I started realizing that probably the reason for this is that there are a lot of similarities between composing a text in writing and composing a good text for a presentation. And when I started to realize that and started to think about the way I was teaching writing skills, I realized that in fact what I was following was a process approach that in fact would work ideally for teaching something as complex as presentation skills. Because if you think about it, presentation skills is a really complex set of different kinds of skills that include, for example, linguistic skills, organizational or structural, or if you like, composing skills, as well as performance or delivery skills. And so I think that when we think about how complex that set of skills is, then really what students need is a very step-by-step process approach where each step leads to the next step along the way, where eventually this finished product of a complete presentation is achieved. Certainly when I conceived of the course and when I was writing the course, and certainly when as a team we were developing the course for publication, the focus most definitely is on presentation skills. I mean, that is the backbone of the course, and those are the goals that the course is meant to achieve. However, if we think about it, presentation skills really are under the umbrella of general oral communication skills, and there is a lot of overlap between presentation skills, interactive speaking skills, etc. And in fact, I know of a lot of teachers who are using the course for their general oral communication skills classes, and they seem to be saying they're very happy with the way the course is working, that there's plenty of listening practice in it, there's plenty of interactive speaking practice in it. So I would say that, at least from their viewpoint, the course actually is a bit flexible. Well, I think first of all, the step-by-step process approach actually really gives the students a sense of direction, so that students always know where they've been and where they're going, and they don't get lost in the way. And I think that's really helpful for both students and teachers. As well as that, if we consider both levels of the course book, it has what I would call an inside-out syllabus, in the sense that at the beginning of the course, the students are given opportunities to talk about topics from their own experience. And then as they progress, then they're given opportunities to talk about topics that are a little bit more linguistically and cognitively challenging, that are beyond their own experience. So that's all in the student's book. Now, in the teacher's manual, I think that the teachers will find a lot of support for their teaching. So for example, the support includes step-by-step, very clear lesson plans for each unit, language notes, culture notes. It includes ideas for lead-in activities and follow-up activities. And then I think for the kind of support that really saves the teachers an enormous amount of time, there's photocopyable material, for example, for students' peer evaluations of their classmates' presentations, and language summaries. So all in all, I think there's really quite a lot of support for both the students and the teachers to use the course to its fullest.